Washington days after Kirk's assassination.
Two things that Charlie did, we will honor that legacy. One is to advance his principles, and the other is to adopt his approach.
House Speaker Mike Johnson among the thousands gathered at the Kennedy Center. The suspected gunman remains jailed with a court date tomorrow. Governor Spencer Cox in Utah tells ABC's This Week Tyler Robinson is not cooperating, but his roommate is.
His roommate was indeed a boyfriend who is transitioning from male to female.
Fox's Garrett Tenney outside the Utah County Jail.
FBI sources tell Fox the romantic partner was shocked when they found out about the shooting and shared private messages with investigators that helped them zero in on the alleged assassin. That transgender relationship is something investigators are now looking into, though, as they try to figure out a motive. And while the romantic partner is cooperating and is not currently facing any charges, one of their relatives tells Fox Digital he hates conservatives and Christians. He hated us. He was not raised that way, but he, over the years, has become really detached and been radicalized. Tyler, the alleged shooter, got a whole lot worse in the year they have been dating.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in Israel, a two-day visit. He'll meet with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. This following Israel's attack last week on Hamas leaders in Qatar, as there were talks there trying to broker an end to the war against Hamas in Gaza. At the Emmys on CBS, The Studio won big, setting a record with 4 awards on top of 9 wins last weekend. Best comedy series among them. The Pit won Best TV Drama. Adolescence won for Best Limited Series. Owen Cooper's only 15 years old. He got the Emmy for Best Supporting Actor on that show.
Tonight proves that if you listen and you focus and you step out your comfort zone, you can achieve anything in life.
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Charlie Kirk remembered at Indiana University. Nothing on radar, 63 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 89. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 6:02. Turning Point USA at Indiana University. Bloomington hosted a vigil last night at the Indiana Memorial Union to honor co-founder Charlie Kirk days after he was assassinated on the debate stage in Utah.
Just hearing him be so proud of who he is and so proud of everything in faith really helped me get a closer relationship to God. U.S. Senator Todd Young urged an end to political violence and called for responsible action.
Resolve to do what Charlie Kirk did, which is to take a chance and expose yourself to all sorts of questions about your own views and listen to others who don't share your perspective. And a public memorial for Kirk is scheduled for Sunday in Glendale, Arizona. Indiana agencies reviewing personnel matters after social media posts surface following the killing of Kirk on Saturday. The Indiana DCS said an employee was no longer with the agency after posting a comment described in poor taste. After months of detours, people driving along the northeast side of Indianapolis will once again have access to southbound Benford Boulevard from eastbound I-465 as crews reopen the ramp on Monday, shifting traffic to a newly built bridge. The Indianapolis Colts improved to 2-0 for the first time since 2009 with a 29-28 walk-off win over the Denver Broncos Sunday.
Obviously, we had a lot of penalties in that game that we got to eliminate that could have hurt us, obviously, there. So we got to get that cleaned up. That'll be addressed tomorrow in the team meeting. But, yeah, we got to stay disciplined. That's head coach Shane Steichen. The Colts visit the Tennessee Titans Sunday at 1 o'clock. I'm Ryan Hedrick. On the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It's 6:04.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
All right, northbound 65, a little bit slow going into the south split from Raymond Street, and everything checking southbound 6570 does check out north split to the south split, and westbound 70 out to the airport, no problems at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples Easy button is back with even more easy? Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Ryan Morse, Wish TV meteorologist, what's happening?
Yeah, very quiet week ahead of us. Temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 80s for today. Mostly sunny tonight, mostly clear, becoming partly cloudy. Low temperatures in the lower 60s. Almost day by day this week, it's a copy and paste forecast for Tuesday. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy. High temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Wednesday, mostly sunny in the mid 80s. Now, the thing with all of these days, humidity won't be high, even though our temperatures will be warm. By the end of the week, our next rain chance will be arriving. There's a small chance of rain Friday night. I'd say there would be better rain chances into this weekend, with high temperatures back closer to 80 degrees.
That is Ryan Morse of Wish TV. Ryan, thank you. We've got 61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:06.
This hour powered by Absolute Comfort, your American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Ductless Mini Splits dealer.
And here we are yet again in a situation where we're talking about an incident of gun violence, but because of who the victim was, just in terms of our politics, but also who he was in terms of the president and this administration. This is one thing that I have to factor in to my thinking about all this when I look at the reaction from the president and his administration, that this wasn't just the murder of someone who was a like-minded person. This was family to them, and I try to keep that in mind as I watch the reaction. But I have to tell you, I am very concerned about what that reaction is going to be in the days and weeks and months ahead.
Well, that's Jonathan Capehart, who's more concerned with the reaction to the assassination of Charlie Kirk than the fact that the reaction to Charlie Kirk was to assassinate him. The left is a very weird group of people who can't stay on task. To Star Wars, the thing can't stay on target. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. And we're not talking about gun violence. That's mythology. We're talking about radicalized people who cannot control their emotions, who believe that they have some kind of from on high destiny to fulfill because they've been radicalized. We all understand what we're up against, and it is we who are up against it. And it is still, in greater measure, they who are fine with it. Stinks to have to otherize in such a way, to have to say it's us versus them, but it is. It is the suspect in the assassination of Charlie Kirk not cooperating with police. The conversation about him having a transgender boyfriend. It's a man who claims to be a woman. That is also true. It is true that he came from a home that you may have come from, and he was radicalized. Well, how else do you think this happens? Do you think that just because somebody comes from a good home, feel the air quotes, a standard home, or as the left would want to put it, a lily white home? Oh, you don't think there's a racial component to what it is that we're seeing? Did you not hear everybody's favorite, let me make it racial, Jamel Hill? Let me make it racial commentator, Jamel Hill.
The suspect has been identified as Tyler Robinson, 22 years old. And of course, as you all know, in the wake of Charlie's murder, there was an incredible amount of angry discourse from the right, blaming the Democrats, blaming liberals, saying, you're the reason this happened. Only to find out, surprise, 22-year-old white dude, love guns, raised by two parents, lived in a good home, dad is a minister, also a sheriff.
Only proves that anybody can be radicalized. But what is wrong with you? I don't think there's anybody who even questioned that the shooter would be white. But I also don't think anybody even cared. They wanted to know who it was, and I think the focus is the assassination. But she's just thrilled it wasn't somebody who was black. Way to be the American. They're not like us. There's a lot of division, a lot of happy people, a lot of awful people. And the only question is, what do we do about it? I argue the only way out is through. I had this conversation over the weekend at the Hoosier Leadership for America Summit. They're put on by Senator Jim Banks. A pleasure to speak at that. It wasn't a pleasure to see Diego Morales at it, but neither here nor there. Oh, yeah, you can't. I get that if these events, you're opening it up, you're allowing people to come by and say hello, and you're being supportive of your team. He shouldn't be on your team, guys. He just shouldn't. We can do so much better. Let's go do so much better and still win. No, I didn't speak to him. I didn't. It wasn't my event. This wasn't on a street corner or anywhere. He gave me a wide berth, and I gave him a wide berth. But if I see people cheering Diego Morales, I got to just look at them askew and say, what exactly are you doing? When I see people saying, hey, it was a white guy that killed Charlie Kirk, woohoo, I got to look at you and say, what the heck are you doing? People still follow Jamel Hill? At your own risk. But she is emblematic of a lot of people you see on social media. How do we deal with this? What do we know? What next is coming? What will be all the charges? How will Utah react and respond? What is going to happen federally? And how do we not get too over our skis? I've got all of that coming up. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick. Some potentially big news for Corteva at 6:32. Brought to you by the proud members of the Indiana Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions who build Indiana. We are LIUNA.
You need power. That's what Generator Supercenter is there for, to make sure you get power when you need it, because with Generator Supercenter, you have got a Generac automatic standby generator for your home, and that's exactly what you need. You need to know you have power when it is necessary. And that's what happens with Generator Supercenter. What you do is you talk to them. You visit the showroom at 96th, at 69, and you check out all of the opportunities. They've got all of the different models that they have at Generator Supercenter, and then let them come to your home and show you how a Generac automatic standby generator is going to connect to your home, how it's going to turn on when the power goes out, how easy it is to work with Generator Supercenter. So easy to do. You can go online to Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis. Generator Supercenter. Talk to them today about your generator and making sure you've got power when the power goes out. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis.com.
Truck drivers, have you been searching for a more reliable driving job? Get the paychecks and predictability you need as a Schneider driver. Schneider's large selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at schneiderjobs.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
What's happening, Tony? Looking at the northeast side, I have been told the ramp from eastbound 465 to Benford Boulevard has reopened like it was supposed to this morning. So that's good. Still have construction up on the northeast side. That's going on until the end of the year. That's the Clear Path construction project, the redesign of that I-69, I-465 interchange. If you see anything up there, tip me your traffic tips at 317-239-9393. Give me a hand. We'll get everything on the air. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy present for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:15.
Cindy Druba, office manager for CSE Morse, needed a paperless solution, so she called on Applied Innovation.
We weren't paperless, and more companies are going paperless, and we wanted to have the option.
How has Applied Innovation's DocuWare solution helped your staff?
It's nice to have everything at my fingertips. You know, I'm not, digging in this drawer, digging in that drawer. I can just put in my search criteria and up they pop.
Applied Innovation even helps scan your documents.
We had 7 years of stored records, bankers boxes upon bankers boxes, and we used Applied to have, they actually scanned and stored all those documents for us.
And the bottom line benefit to using Applied Innovation?
Saved us a lot of time and a lot of space. Time is money.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple, backed by a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago Senator Dick Durbin. And now Dick Durbin has a new scheme, a government takeover of your credit card. Today, consumers have thousands of choices in credit cards, all with equal, strong security. But Durbin's plan is less competition and less security. And that means more risk for your credit and your identity. Tell Republicans in Congress, stop Dick Durbin's takeover of your credit card before it's too late.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B. Yeah, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can easily find the right home insurance for you, even if it's not with Progressive. But if you don't choose us, then sure, okay, it's not going to work out. We're not going to cry about it or stay awake wondering what our future together would have looked like. We can't get emotionally invested, even if it sounds like we are. Progressive's Home Quote Explorer allows you to easily compare home insurance rates and coverages in one place, even if it's not with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. I love you. I shouldn't have said that.
Guys, it's game on at Synergen X and Low T Center, your TRT MVPs.
Book a free TRT consultation and automatically enter for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia, tickets, and more. Female patients, you can win too. Book at TRTMVP.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Shutdown coming. But we always hear about shutdowns. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to shut down the federal government, go ahead. Tony, people aren't going to get paid. Yeah, I know. But it beats the living heck out of being concerned about it. We've been through this. We've all been through this so very, very, very often. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Democratic leaders are not going to support a continuing resolution of any kind until certain health care provisions are met. They want an extension of Affordable Care Act tax credits. How about we get rid of Obamacare for good? It failed. We all know it. We don't have to pretend otherwise. What are you holding on to? The belief that somehow you can convince Americans they're trying to take away your health care. Yeah, we've heard all of this. You guys are boring. You have a much better chance If you talk about tariffs not working, you're saving our health care for us? Yeah, we're not in for that. And while this is just being discussed, you've got the Ukrainians hitting Russia with drones at an oil refinery. Seems nobody wants a de-escalation of any kind. And the people who are saying, Tony, I've been telling you, let these people fight it out. What do we care? I mean, this is to their argument. They won't stop. Trump sat down with them. Trump tried. They won't listen. This is who they are. They want to hurt each other. So, let them.
They bought their tickets. They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash.
This is what brings President Trump to looking at NATO and saying, I will if you will. Basically, you show me mine, I'll show you yours. You show me yours, and I'll show you mine. That's it. That's how it's supposed to be. So you've got this drone strike on what's known as the Kurishi refinery. This is northwestern Leningrad. They've already been attacks on the oil infrastructure going on in Russia because, well, Kyiv, Ukraine, is trying to stop the Russian war machine from killing more of their people. This is not about what you think of Vladimir Zelensky. I don't actually care. I believe in thwarting Russian aggression. I still think, after all this time, that's the right move. I don't believe in doing it with American blood. I believe that we should be supportive of NATO putting in the force, because we've already been told that it's going to happen without American forces. They're just going to buy American hardware. I like selling hardware. Go ahead. Or you can convince people that we shouldn't care at all. It's going to be a lot of dead people. So we care about innocent life. We don't care about innocent life. I'll leave that to others to figure out. Because in this situation, the Ukrainians are the innocent life. In Hamas, the Israelis are the innocent life. You see how I did that? Oh, yeah. You could scream and yell. You could post whatever you want. Hamas started the war. Hamas can end the war. They don't choose to end the war. Awful, horrible things happen, and I concede that they are awful and horrible. But it doesn't matter to me what some loser at the Emmys is screaming. F. Hannah Einbinder. It ends when Hamas ends. That's it. The Israelis have said so. Nothing I can do about that. That's just the way it is. But the people supporting terrorists, super ugly, super weird. And for the people in Indianapolis doing that, you're gross. You know you're gross. We all know you're gross. Thanks for letting us know. So what Trump is saying to his European counterparts is, I would like to be moving forward on these higher level sanctions. But you have to stop buying oil from these people.
Sanctions against Russia, well, they're not doing the job. NATO has to get together. Europe has to get together and do it. Look, Europe they're my friends, but they're buying oil from Russia. So we can't be expected to be the only ones that are, full bore. But Europe is buying oil from Russia. I don't want them to buy oil. And the sanctions that they're putting on are not tough enough. And I'm willing to do sanctions, but they're going to have to toughen up their sanctions commensurate with what I'm doing.
But just to clarify, you wouldn't move ahead until NATO moves ahead.
Well, I'm ready to move ahead, but they have to do it. I think they will. But right now they're talking and they're not doing it. Look, they're buying oil from Russia. We're not buying oil from Russia. They're buying a lot of oil from Russia. That's not the deal.
So, let's see what they do. Trump stating, as you know, NATO's commitment to win has been far less than 100%, and the purchase of Russian oil by some has been shocking. It greatly weakens your negotiating position and bargaining power over Russia. Anyway, I'm ready to go when you are. Just say when. That's what he wrote on Truth Social. You have Speaker Mike Johnson saying that he's absolutely ready for sanctions.
When Lindsey Graham, Republican of South Carolina, says, as he did this weekend, now is the time for Russia sanctions. President Trump opened the door on tariffs against India and China as a way to create economic leverage to end the war in Ukraine. Where do you stand on all that?
Well, listen, I do believe that desperate times call for desperate measures, and I think appropriate sanctions on Russia are far overdue. I mean, I think there's a big appetite for that in Congress, so we're willing to work with the White House and our Senate colleagues in the House to get that done, and I'm anxious to do it personally.
Are you waiting for the president to give you the green light, or might Congress act on this on its own volition?
Well, Congress really can't do this on its own volition because, of course, the president would need to sign whatever we do into law. So it has to be a partnership. But we've deferred to the commander-in-chief. I mean, the president is a strong and bold leader on the world stage. He has brokered peace around the world and other conflicts in a way that no one before him has been able to do. And so we're trusting that he can use that same force and that same approach to bring about finally an end to this war in Ukraine.
He's already told you what he wants. So go bring on the sanctions. Do I think it brings Russia to heel? No, I don't. Economically starving them is the only thing I've ever really been interested in. But they still think they've got an upper hand here, and I don't think that goes away so quickly. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
All right, Tony, looking at this exit ramp on the northeast side, it's eastbound 465 to Benford. That has reopened. It was shut down in July for reconstruction, and the ramp is taking traffic, I've been told, and that's a very good thing. Now, the project is the Clear Path Construction Project on the northeast side. That's this redesign of 69 465 interchange on the northeast side. That's going to continue through the end of the year, but this is a good step forward. Northbound 65 south side slow, Raymond Street into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design, or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
We're counting on the politicians to do something stupid over the weekend. We don't know what it is, but we'll tell you about it Monday.
9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Are you ready for the biggest boat and RV sale of the year? The 36th Annual Indianapolis Fall Boat and RV Show. 3 days of blowout clearance pricing at the Indiana State Fairgrounds September 19th through 21st. But it's not a show. A sale. For 3 days only, shop over 5 acres of new and used boats and RVs. And this year, we're in the new air-conditioned pavilion. If you don't buy here, you'll pay too much. Dealers are liquidating their inventories, and after Sunday, they're gone forever. The 36th Annual Indianapolis Fall Boat and RV Show. Save time and buy tickets at IndySportShow.com. Another Renfro production.
Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning. Owner Jim Scott says only the best will do when it's your reputation on the line.
We want to install something that's high quality so we can move on to the next job. The way we install it is high quality, and the equipment that we use is high quality. So when I shop for something to sell, American Standard was there. It was just the highest quality there is.
In Boone and Hamilton County, call 765-601-1461 for Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaimed their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to QCkinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Why do so many basement companies want half the money up front? Could it be because it's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they don't ask for a deposit until the job is done and you're completely satisfied. They even start with a free inspection to ensure you know exactly what your home needs without the guesswork. With over 35 years experience, they've proven that trust is built on results, not deposits. Michaelis, building trust beneath your feet. Visit michaeliscorp.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Tributes to Charlie Kirk happened around the country on Sunday. Nothing on radar, 63 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 89. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 6:30.
We look at the movement that Charlie inspired around the world: love, truth, freedom, turning to God in good times and hard times.
That's the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, both speaking at a memorial for Charlie Kirk held at the Kennedy Center.
It's going to take all of us in this room and all of us across the country to take up Charlie's torch, because that's exactly what he would want us to do.
Utah Governor Spencer Cox says the man who killed Kirk, Tyler Robinson, is not cooperating with investigators and has yet to confess. Cox plans to pursue the death penalty, though Robinson's motive remains unclear. He's due in court tomorrow. After Charlie Kirk's assassination, some members of Congress are asking for more security when they're out in public.
Oklahoma GOP Senator James Lankford said one need only look at U.S. Capitol Police estimates to understand the dangers those on Capitol Hill face is real.
There have been 14,000 threats against members of Congress just this calendar year.
Delaware Democratic Senator Chris Coons said the threats increase the more tragic scenes are shared online.
Taking the horrific images of these incidents and propagating them on the internet adds fuel to the fire.
Both senators on CBS Face the Nation.
That's Fox's Gernal Scott. And the Federal Reserve is expected to announce a rate cut this week. President Trump has criticized Fed Chair Jerome Powell over the delay, calling him too late Powell. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Indianapolis-based Corteva is considering splitting its seed and pesticide businesses into separate companies. That, according to the Wall Street Journal, citing people familiar with the matter. The agribusiness giant, which has a market value of about $50 billion, could disclose its plans soon, according to the report. The $1.4 billion I-69 Ohio River crossing project has been envisioned for decades. Construction continues in both Evansville and Henderson, Kentucky, to prepare for a new 4-lane bridge over the Ohio River. Lloyd Winicky, the CEO of the Evansville Regional Economic Partnership and former mayor of Evansville, underscores the importance of the project.
Think about FedEx in Memphis. Think about the FedEx presence in Indianapolis. FedEx has expressed huge support for this project because they understand the connection between Memphis and Indianapolis. So this just is a huge project for, again, the region, but also for the entire country.
Ortho Laser, a national network of orthopedic wellness centers, has opened its new corporate headquarters in Warsaw. The company, which operates facilities that provide non-invasive laser therapy for pain and inflammation, said the expansion brings a significant investment to the Kosciuszko County city, though a specific dollar figure was not provided. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Do you own an import-export business? If so, your company could save time and money with foreign trade zones. FTZs are designated sites across the United States where you can reduce, defer, and even eliminate import duties, helping you stay competitive in the global marketplace. If you're interested in becoming an FTZ, the Indianapolis Airport Authority can sponsor your application and start you on the path to savings, because smart companies get in the zone. Learn more at inzone.org.
East Central Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Muncie. Join us for Innovate East Central Indiana at Ball State University, September 17th. A powerful afternoon of ideas, innovation, and insight, part of the Innovate Indiana series, presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. We're talking talent, technology, and transformation, and what's next for the region. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. Indianapolis-based Keystone Cooperative said Friday that President and CEO Kevin Still has announced plans to retire in September of next year. Still has worked in the ag cooperative system for more than 40 years and plans to continue with Keystone while a search for his successor gets underway. The board of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum has formally launched a search for a new president. Joe Hale stepped down in June, 2 months after announcing his decision to leave, and about 10 weeks after completing the museum's first major renovation in 40 years. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
All right, northbound 65 south side are stop-and-go traffic before Raymond Street up to the south split. It is a construction zone. Ramp reopened on the northeast side. That's eastbound 465 to Benford. It was shut down in early July for reconstruction, and now it's back open. All part of the ClearPath construction project on the northeast side. Should be finished here by the end of the year. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:36. A check on sports. Ryan Hedrick, what's happening?
Tony, good morning on Sunday at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Sanchez to put it down. There's the snap. Kick is on its way. Headed for the uprights. And it is. It's good! A walk-off field goal. Spencer Schrader wins it for the Colts. Colts win 29-28.
That's Matt Taylor on the Colts radio network calling the finish. The Indianapolis Colts missed a 60-yard field goal, but a Denver penalty moved the ball 15 yards closer. The second try was good. 29-28 win, pushing Shane Steichen's team to 2-0.
The offensive line gave Daniel protection. Obviously going for over 300 yards there. JT ran hard on the ground. Great performance. Some things to clean up.
And the Colts could go 3-0 when they played the Tennessee Titans. Sunday, the Atlanta Dream beat the Indiana Fever in their first playoff game, 80-68. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
20 ribeyes for $35. That's 20 ribeyes for $35 at 2 locations in Indianapolis going on now. 20 ribeyes for only $35 at the corner of South Emerson and Thompson Road. Just look for the big truck. Also in the parking lot across the street from Perry Meridian 6th Grade Academy. Also on the big truck is cases of T-bones, fillets, New York strips, burgers, and a whole lot more. Big truck sale. Marinated chicken breasts too. Don't wait. Big steak sale at 2 different locations at the corner of South Emerson and Thompson Road. Also in the Hardee's parking lot on Meridian across from Perry Meridian 6th Grade Academy. 20 ribeyes for just $35. Don't wait. Everything must go. Big truck sale. That's 20 ribeyes for $35 at the corner of South Emerson and Thompson Road. Also in the Hardee's parking lot on Meridian across from Perry Meridian 6th Grade Academy. Get there before the truck is gone.
Football is back, and so are great hairlines. We Grow Hair Indy has helped former local professional football players get back in the game with full natural hair. You don't have to play pro ball to get pro-level results. Hey, it's Rob, and I knew I picked the right team when I needed a Hail Mary for my hair. I called We Grow Hair Indy. Whether you're tailgating, coaching, or watching from the couch, do it with confidence. Trade the sidelines for a hairline. Get back in the game at We Grow Hair Indy. Schedule your free evaluation today at WeGrowHairIndy.com. That's WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995. That's 317-522-2995. Enjoy being out and about this fall. Enjoy watching the games in person with your friends with confidence you haven't had in years. And you can do it with a trip to We Grow Hair Indy. 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Tell them Rob sent you.
The Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show.
September 19th through 21st at Grand Park.
Shop, compare, and save with over 200 trusted experts.
Tickets are $7 at suburbanindieshows.com.
Heat and cool places where ductwork won't fit using Mitsubishi electric ductless mini splits. You can even wrap them to match your decor.
Find out more at absolutecomfort.org.
I did not watch the Emmy Awards. It's not that I oppose watching the Emmy Awards. I think that culture matters and we should be aware of what's going on. And if you say to me, I don't watch TV, I don't watch movies, I don't watch sports, it's a pretty pathetic life, if you ask me. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. And I must admit, if you're not, your kids are, and are you aware of what it is they're watching? I think, if anything, the last 6 days have taught us, 5 days have taught us, is that we need to be more culturally aware of what's going on than ever. Because when we're not, well, that's when bad things happen. And I think there's a much larger conversation about how one deals with their kids than ever before, including the idea of just getting along, even if there's political disagreement, they're still your children, and just take it. No. I believe all of that is over. I have for a while now, and I've discussed it. I will dig in greatly, and I will get into the Emmys coming up in just a moment. An embarrassing sight. Javier Bardem, this Hannah Einbinder, these people are horrifying and shamefully self-hating. But we'll get to that in just a moment. First, I bring you Costco, which, if they want to make everybody happy, they will just bring back the onion gun and everything will be okay. But they are not, at least as far as I know. But there are changes coming. You will now be able to get, at Costco, chicken and waffles. Thank you. Thank you very much. Grade A chicken thighs, organic maple syrup, all butter, Belgian waffles, and hot honey. See, you don't need the hot honey. I mean, don't get me wrong, hot honey is fine, but not necessary if I have Belgian waffles, chicken thighs, and I have organic maple syrup. I'm good. I am good. And you can get the chicken and waffles, 4-piece, at about $18 a container, and that means you can get one portion for $4.50. This is happening. The strawberry nuri protein shake. What is a nuri? Matt Baer, we go now to protein correspondent Matt Baer. N-U-R-R-I. What is nuri? Do you know? No? Yes? You can't be the guy who plays crickets, producer Carl. You can't know. That's my job, to play crickets. See that? That's how a professional does it. I do not know what this is, but a 12-pack of the shakes is $22.69. 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar. I don't know. Is it good? It's a strawberry protein shake. I don't want to bag on it. What if they become sponsors? I just don't know if it's good. Not sure. Then there is Dittman's balsamic vinegar pearls. They're balsamic vinegar flavored tapioca pearls, kind of like a little savory boba, a vegetarian caviar, if you will.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
They can't all be winners. They can't. And yeah, you can't get me to buy into that one. New things are coming. Try them, check them out. Let us know what you think. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC, good morning. Your next car, your next truck, it is at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, where they've got everything, including, my gosh, a massive selection for you of cars, of trucks, and of those fleet vehicles. Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield is where you go to get your work truck, because they've got the whole, I don't know if you've ever seen it before. If you've ever seen the whole new section that they built to deal with all the commercial work, it is amazing. They can do anything. They will fit your your truck, your work van with anything that you need, any way that you need it. They've got it all there for you. They can fix all the diesel stuff. They can fix all the heavy-duty trucks. Everything at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield. You should talk to them today. And they've got so many good deals. So many good deals on Fords like the Ford F-150 XL for under $40,000 with over 100 vehicles to choose from. And you buy a new Ford, no payments for 3 months. Talk to Andy Moore Ford today. 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at andymoreford.com. That's Andy Moore, M-O-H-R, andymoreford.com. Traffic on the 5s. Matthew Bear, what's going on?
All right, Tony, south side northbound 65 hits the brakes after Keystone up to the south split. That is a construction zone. And looking at what's coming up from Greenwood this morning, no issues right now in northbound 65. We started off at Worsville Road all the way up to 465 on the south side. And, of course, we start to slow down a little bit as we approach those 465 ramps because of construction. Then again, after that, we get into the road work from Keystone up to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior design, or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:46.
See a wreck on 465? Find a new pothole on your way to work? You can let Matt Bear know and help out your fellow travelers. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393 and join the text club.
Retirement isn't just about reaching the finish line. It's about knowing how to play the next movement. Without a plan, your savings can feel like noise instead of music. I'm Jason Hutchins with Guardian Wells Financial. I've seen too many families head into retirement without the guidance they need. That's why I wrote Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. I'd like to mail you a copy at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929. Inside this book, you'll find real-world strategies on turning savings into income, making smarter Social Security decisions, and reducing a bite of taxes in retirement. Call 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 for your book today. Don't wait. Supplies are limited, and when they're gone, they are gone. Orchestrate your retirement. Discover the rhythm of a confident future.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wells Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Call 317-660-0929.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
It's happy to see that people gathered out for a vigil for Charlie Kirk at IU. Just peacefully assembling is the way. And being willing to do it in a climate where you know that things can go bad is always the right thing to do, which is really the story. The amount of people who have reached out to me to ask if I'm okay. Am I all right? Am I safe? First of all, Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. And secondly, thank you. It's outrageously kind of you. I incredibly appreciate it. Certainly there's nobody who I would argue who is in this line of work who isn't aware. But as I made the argument on Friday, And I made the argument in the video that I posted, we're all in the same boat. Someone's going to get angry at the thing you post on social media and decide you're a threat and not be able to control their emotions and being radicalized out to, you have to do something to save democracy or whatever it is they claim. People will do bad things, and that is certainly what took place with Charlie Kirk. He was assassinated. It was political terrorism, and we know that this guy had been radicalized. Oh, he came from such a nice home and radicalized. Yes, has the trans boyfriend, or is it trans girlfriend? I can't keep up. And there's a whole weird conversation about whether or not there's a conspiracy at play because maybe some online groups knew in advance what was happening. But this could be initial reporting and not necessarily the full argument. So I'll give that some wait and see. A lot of social media posts that are out there. But that's not the story. I was just happy to see this over at IU. I did not know it was happening. And it's funny, I looked up the IU Republicans, and the only thing I found was on Facebook, and the last post was March. So I'm like, that can't be right. That can't be right. And then I looked on Twitter X, and I didn't find anything. I'm like, I must be in the wrong spots. I gotta find where the right spots are. And again, as I said to IU Indianapolis, I would say to you, I'd say to Purdue, I'd say to Ball State, I'd say to Marion, anybody else, whatever we can do to be of service, you just let us know. Free speech matters. We're in. We're with you. We're supportive. It is free speech that I guess let actress Hannah Einbinder from the show Hacks, after receiving an Emmy, take to the microphone to support the Philadelphia Eagles, because I guess she's an Eagles fan, then say F ICE, meaning Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, and Free Palestine. And then she goes to the media to discuss how she has friends in Gaza right now. Well, Israelis have 1,200 people murdered, and I think they may see it differently than you. But the joy in which these people, like they have no concerns for their career. No concerns for their career at all. Well, free speech allows absolutely awful people to say awful things. But we should note that Hannah Einbinder is not somebody that you should emulate. Guys, do not let your sons date anybody like Hannah Einbinder. Do not marry anybody like Hannah Einbinder. And you're like, Tony, who the hell is Hannah Einbinder? This is my point. There's a lot of women like Hannah Einbinder. She is actually the daughter of the original cast member of Saturday Night Live, Lorraine Newman. That's how I know the story. That's who Hannah Einbinder is. She's an actress. Yes, I have that absolutely correct. And she wants to say things like Free Palestine. You want me to get into a conversation about self-hating Jews? Good Lord. We'll be here all week. You think this is somebody who's bringing us her best and right? You think she really cares more than you? Because that's what she'll tell you. She's so caring. It's so personal to her. Yeah, it's personal to me to thwart terrorism where it is and destroy the terrorists until the terrorists are dead. It is personal to me that the free and thinking people of the world win and the terrorists who want to send us back to the dark ages lose. And the war ends, as the Israelis have said, when all the hostages are returned. But she didn't say that. She didn't call for the hostages to be returned. She called for Free Palestine, which is the destruction of Israel, which will be the destruction of her. But she isn't bright enough to know it. She's on the side of terrorists. How possibly could she be bright? I mean, she can still turn it all around, but I'm not expecting that to happen. When you are of such a progressive mindset, so broken, it takes a while to shake that off of you. Do not let your children grow up to be like Hannah Einbinder. That's her last name, Einbinder. Do not let them date someone like Hannah Einbinder. Do not let them marry someone like Hannah Einbinder. And if you say to me, how am I supposed to stop my kids from doing so? That's coming up. Matt Bear's got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
All right, Tony, northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic before Raymond Street into the South Split. That is a construction zone. And looking at traffic coming down from Carmel at southbound Keystone Parkway. Stop before Main Street back to 136th Street. We're keeping an eye on that. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Pat Sullivan here for Gutter Helmet. Are you still putting screens on your gutters? You know, if the holes are too big, debris gets in and you're still cleaning your gutters. If the holes are too small, it sits on top and now you're cleaning the screens. I have Gutter Helmet on my home and it has no holes, slots, or screens. It keeps the debris out and the water in. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. Right now, Gutter Helmet is offering a 17% discount plus 12 months, no interest financing if paid in full within 12 months. Call 800-5HELMET, that's 800-5HELMET, to schedule a free estimate. 17% off, restrictions apply, and cannot be combined with other offers. Call Gutter Helmet today at 800-5HELMET. That's 800-5HELMET or gutterhelmetindy.com and never clean your gutters again.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay, deep breath.
High five.
You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced security? I'm so stoked.
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm? Totally natural.
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you! High five, everybody! High five!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five!
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25 for new customers with qualifying bundle. Current customers may be eligible depending on services and area. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
36-month, 10,000-mile per year lease, 2,500 due at signing. No security deposit required. All offers subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details. Ends 9/30/25.
Hi, I'm Dallas, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. You know she loves her Shane Company engagement ring, but you also want to surprise her for her birthday, anniversary, or just because she deserves it. Why not get her a bigger diamond with our easy trade-up program? We'll give you the full credit of your original natural diamond purchase toward a new one. Her new diamond only has to be $1 more. You only pay the difference. How's that for an easy trade-up? Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com. Because a friend wants you to win the gifting game. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
So, where's the lake?
Not here.
But it says Great Lakes Honda of Fishers.
Right. I just don't see a lake.
Well, who needs a lake when you can lease a 2025 Accord SE for $329 a month and 0 down?
That definitely won't soak our bank account.
Oh, it's the old Honda of Fishers.
Great Lakes, great people, great cars.
But no actual lake. Visit our showroom off State Road 37 today. Tax and title fees not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only. Not combinable with other offers. Loyalty or conquest rebates may apply. Offer ends September 30th. See dealer for details.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, what happened last night on the campus of IU Bloomington? What kept Indianapolis firefighters busy this morning? What forecasters are saying about rain chances? And what the Indianapolis Colts head coach said after Sunday's game. After Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 7 o'clock.
A vigil for Charlie Kirk. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. At the Kennedy Center in Washington, and as Fox's Jill Nato reports, thousands were there.
There was music, prayers, and when House Speaker Mike Johnson hit the stage, there was chanting. The speaker spoke of Kirk's love of family and country and debate.
I mean, he could clean the clock of anybody in a debate. We all know it. But you know what he did? After those debates, he was always the first person to reach out a hand of friendship or to offer an arm around the shoulder of someone who he felt was lost.
Well, the suspected Kirk assassin, Tyler Robinson, remains jailed before a court date tomorrow. Fox's Garrett Tenney reports.
Officials here at the Utah County Jail tell us that Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin is being housed in a separate unit and is under special watch to make sure he doesn't hurt himself or others. And he is not cooperating with the investigation, but Utah Governor Spencer Cox says...
But all the people around him are cooperating, and I think that's very important.
Governor Cox also told ABC's This Week one of those cooperating is Robinson's roommate and romantic partner, a male transitioning to female. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in Israel for his second day.
We are learning he spent 2 hours one-on-one with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Rubio is here at the direction of President Trump, of course, to signal ironclad support for Israel in the wake of last week's shocking airstrikes in Doha.
Fox's Jillian Turner in Tel Aviv. Rubio just said he'll urge Qatar, where that attack took place, to continue to play a constructive role trying to negotiate a ceasefire with Hamas to stop the war in Gaza. At the Emmys on CBS, the studio wins big. The Apple TV show set a record with 4 awards, including Outstanding Comedy, on top of 9 other Emmys last weekend. The studio's creator, Seth Rogen, also won Best Actor.
Tonight.
And he said that he was embarrassed how happy it makes him. The Pit won the Emmy for Outstanding Drama. Adolescents got Best Limited Series. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What they're saying about his legacy. Nothing on radar. 63 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 89. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 7:02. Political activist Charlie Kirk was honored last night in Bloomington, days after he was assassinated in Utah. The event held at IU Bloomington at the Indiana Memorial Union.
Promoting all the things he did for people and just promoting that it's okay to have a different opinion without being angry and upset with the other side, and we can actually talk.
Terrence McGoldrick, a graduate student at IU, told Wish TV that he had just bought tickets for the event Kirk had planned at IU's Dunn Meadow next month.
You have so many conversations that can't be done peacefully. He changed it. He invited people to be polite and respectful. And so for me, he was just someone who changed the course of politics.
Kirk's memorial service is Sunday in Glendale, Arizona. An Indiana DCS worker was fired after an insensitive social media post following Kirk's killing. Ball State University said it also fired an employee for an inappropriate remark that they made about Kirk on social media. Indianapolis fire crews said they responded to a vacant building at about 1 o'clock this morning for a fire on Shelby Street and had it under control in 15 minutes. The cause is being investigated. Rain and storms moved through Indiana over the weekend, and Jake McDaniel says they could return by the end of next week.
The chance for showers and storms may grow on Friday in the afternoon and into Saturday, says Mike Ryan with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis.
That's with a front coming down into the area, and that's what will help kind of give us a little bit of relief from the hotter temperatures during the first half of the week.
Until then, skies will be mostly sunny. Ryan says the hottest days will be
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, where I think most everybody in central Indiana is somewhere near 90 for 80s, lower 90s for highs.
Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Spencer Schrader's late field goal sealed a 29-28 win for the Indianapolis Colts over the Denver Broncos Sunday at Lucas Oil Stadium. Head coach Shane Steichen
Eichen called it a fitting end to a hard-fought game.
Great, gutsy, gritty team win. Great performance, some things to clean up. But to get 2 back-to-back wins at home in front of our home crowd, the atmosphere out there was electric. Crowd showed up. It was awesome.
Daniel Jones threw for 316 yards. The Colts traveled to Tennessee to play the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. In the WNBA playoffs, the Indiana Fever lost to the Atlanta Dream 80-68. They play a must-win game here in Indianapolis on Tuesday at 7:30. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
It's happening, Ryan. South side, northbound 65, slow before Raymond into the south split. It's a construction delay of 3 minutes. Ramp reopened, eastbound 465 to Benford Boulevard. That has reopened. It was closed since early July for reconstruction as part of the Clear Path construction project. Traffic sponsored by Discover. Do you know what's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide? If you guessed Discover, you guessed right, based on the February 2024 Nielsen report. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. We're going to look for lots of sunshine today. Temperatures will be climbing into the mid and upper 80s, so about 8, maybe up to 10 degrees above normal for this time of year. We'll go with mostly clear skies tonight, lower 60s. On Tuesday, another day of warm temperatures. It'll be dry with sunshine and highs near 87, and the mid-80s and upper 80s continue on Wednesday under mostly sunny skies. And even though temperatures will be into the mid and upper 80s, I don't think the humidity values will be too high out there at all.
That right there, Tara Hastings of Wish TV. Thank you, Tara. 60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:06.
Power powered by Absolute Comfort, your American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Ductless Mini Splits dealer.
There ain't nothing wrong with luck, kids. Nothing wrong with it at all. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Because that's what it took for the Colts to beat the Broncos 29-28 at home yesterday afternoon. But there are some great stories out of this game. The defense is just not one of them. JMV joins us right now. He is the voice of sports in Indiana, 93.5, 107.5, The Fan. 29-28, last-second field goal that only gets a retry because of a very odd penalty from the Denver Broncos, leveraging, which was trying to stack themselves on top of the long snapper in order to be able to block the field goal 15 yards instead of a 60-yard field goal that was missed. It's a 45-yard field goal, boop, right down the middle. JMV, let's talk about this game. But first, I'm going to take you to the defensive side of the ball. Lou Anarumo's defense got carved up by the second-year quarterback, Bo Nix. What is it that you saw?
Well, here's what I saw. I thought that a lot of Bengals fans, if you took in those highlights or watched any of that game, probably noticed that, without Leatu Latu, without Mooney Ward, that's kind of what you got in Cincinnati when Lou Anarumo didn't have his stars or his players. It looked like that. The latter years looked like that in Cincinnati. So I guess, Tony, what we were talking about in week number 1 was just refreshing. It was great. And then week number 2, it wasn't so much. They gave up so much on the ground, which was concerning. And it almost gave you that Gus Bradley feeling of, all right, are they switching anything up? Because really there was not a lot against the run that was working whatsoever. It was a huge contrast in what we saw in week number 1. And, you hope that it was missing some players and those players get back, and that'll be great. You hope that's just not kind of why the Bengals decided to move forward and go a different direction from Anarumo in the first place. Because, Tony, we talked about this last week. It was such a good feeling. And then after yesterday, with the win, it was a great feeling. But the defense just did not feel at all the same because, as we watched, it wasn't.
What was a great feeling was Jonathan Taylor, 165 yards on the ground, averaging 6.6 a carry, 50 through the air, including the touchdown. Is this Jonathan Taylor, or was this the offensive line finding a rhythm?
I thought Jonathan Taylor was really good. I mean, he had a huge run. They got him close to the touchdown. Tony, one problem I thought that the Colts had that they're going to have to deal with that I don't know if anybody's talking about is red zone opportunities. Way too many settle for field goals. Way too many of those, Tony. You're not going to last. You will not last the rest of the season doing that. So something's going to have to change there. But, Jonathan Taylor was really good. Honestly, there were a couple of times. How about Shane was kind of backwards? Down the stretch there, Shane played for that long field goal, which we were going to absolutely be all over him about had they lost and not been given that do-over opportunity yesterday. And then you look at those fourth down calls to where, for example, you go with your rookie tight end when you have Jonathan Taylor. Just kind of weird, some of the play calling. I know when it works, we celebrate it. When it doesn't, we're all over it. But there were a couple of opportunities where I thought Shane Steichen could have been better in play calling, especially down the stretch, and he got lucky.
You are jumping the gun. I'm going to get to all that. Let's let me drive the ship, boo-boo, for a second. We'll get to those things. Talking to JMV, the voice of sports in Indiana. Let's bring it over to Daniel Jones, who I argue, again, clearly the right choice. 23 of 34, 316 yards, the touchdown. You're right about that red zone conversation. You're right that we're not scoring enough. I think he seemed to be frustrated by it, which is something I actually like to see. But in an overall sense of play, calm, cool, collected, hitting his stride, hitting the players, the long ball to Warren, the long ball to Pierce, the guys over the middle, which I'd like to see some more of. He's got this team, and they seem to believe in him.
Tony, he's been as good as anybody at quarterback in the NFL through the first 2 weeks of the season. Nobody's handing over any awards in the first 2 weeks, but I would challenge you to look up guys that at that position at quarterback have performed better. And certainly given the circumstances of what people thought, what was the prevailing opinion about Daniel Jones going in, incredible what he has done. That's one thing Shane Steichen has been accurate about. That's exactly what he wanted in a quarterback, and that's why that Daniel Jones was chosen. The other aspect about it is I think you've seen him go down the field and be a lot more, Tony, of what we thought he wasn't going to be in these first two games. That's been the most impressive to me so far, and he's right up there among those really having a great start to the season, without question.
And projected right now, based on these two games, to have a 5,000-yard season is Daniel Jones. But you brought up, I think, the right thing, which is not just the conversation about the play calling in the red zone, but here you are trying to win the game, and you settled for the field goal at 60 yards. I will say clearly, I have no idea what Shane Steichen was thinking, why he was thinking this, why this was the game plan. I thought it was beyond risky and unnecessary. You could have gone for 5 yards here or 7 yards there, made this a little easier than a 60-yarder that got booted by Schrader. Luckily, the penalty from the Broncos. I got to assume fans are thrilled to squeak out with the win, but are saying to themselves, what the heck did I just see?
Yeah, and then to justify it after the game, he said he was trying to make sure that the Broncos had no time left on the clock. But, hey, hold on a second. You got to make sure that you get your guy in position for a makeable attempt, which clearly on that first one, he did not. They got incredibly fortunate on the leverage penalty. They also got fortunate because Lutz missed that 42-yarder that hit the right upright. And then, the prior possession, Nix overshot the receiver on that Grover Stewart tip ball, and Bynum had the interception. They were really fortunate, but yeah, we'd be talking about a much different set of circumstances had they not been given that do-over as they were yesterday, and everything turned out okay, because that's some heavy stuff, playing for the field goal 50-plus in that fashion. It was not good business.
I'm with you on that. JMV, the voice of sports in Indiana, 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. I appreciate you taking the time to be with us. More to get to. I'm Tony Katz. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC. Good morning.
Hey, September is here, which means the kids are back at school again. Football is back. But did you know September is also Childhood Cancer Awareness Month? And AAA Hoosier Motor Club would love it if you help support cancer research at Riley Hospital for Children, which serves more than 300 new pediatric cancer patients each year. Think about that number. I don't like that number, but we are thankful that Riley Hospital for Children is here to take care of your kids.
Get all the same member benefits like discounted zoo tickets, exclusive access to the AAA Tailgate Lounge at Ruoff Music Center, and the peace of mind that comes with their award-winning roadside assistance, all while supporting children with cancer at the same time. It's a win-win. To join or renew AAA, visit AAA.com, call 844-GO-AAA-GO, or stop by your local AAA office. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Traffic on the fives. Matthew Bear, what are we doing?
All right, Tony, looking at northbound 65 south side, stop and go traffic after Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's a construction zone. And a reminder, the ramp has reopened on the northeast side from eastbound 465 to Benford Boulevard. A new ramp as reconstruction began in early July. That's when the ramp closed no longer. It is open and ready to exit drivers. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
So Missouri has moved forward with redistricting. Indiana, you're next. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Let me say it again. Indiana, you're next. This is a conversation that has to take place. The special session absolutely should be called. Who are you playing nice with? What are you doing? Oh, we don't do that here. Oh, that's beneath us. That's just wrong. That is not the proper look at the situation. Missouri State Legislature passing the redistricting plan could possibly add another Republican seat. Could. This was passed last week. It awaits the signature of the governor. A new, much fairer, much improved congressional map has now overwhelmingly passed both chambers of the Missouri legislature. That, according to President Trump. If Texas wants to do this, they can. The retribution from California is we won't allow the state of Texas to do what the state of Texas wants. We won't leave this to the voters in the state of Texas to decide whether they like or not. We're going to engage in retribution. Well, we've seen what your retribution is like when you don't like when something happens or what somebody says. So, Indiana, allow me to say it again, the special session has to be called. I consider these people, for the most part, nice people. We have a disagreement here. I believe that the people opposed to redistricting are wrong, and I'm going to say so, and I'm going to say so very loudly. I do not ascribe to the idea of, we have a special session for redistricting, but not for taxes, for property taxes. Have a special session for property taxes. One thing does not preclude the other. One thing does not supplant the other. Win your fight, win your argument, win your battle. I am saying we need a special session on redistricting. We need to redistrict. End of list. Isn't it New York that redistricted in 2024? I'm not listening to these other people. I am saying that there are elections to win. And I would love to see Indiana do better than Andre Carson. My gosh, the bigotry is so great. Well, I was talking about it over the weekend, and of course the social media was, you just shut your mouth. No, it's not the way it works. It's not even science. He's not good enough. He's not. Indianapolis deserves better. I just wish they would get themselves better. Try harder. Work harder. Redistricting should happen. And right now, the Republican Party in Indiana is not doing this accurately. And they need to. The popcorn moment. Let's go. Booer Remodeling, bringing you the popcorn moment. BOOHER, BooerRemodeling.com. If it's inside your four walls, Booer Remodeling is the call. That old kitchen, the broken down, deteriorating. It's time to make a change. You can personalize it. Make it your own, something you've always wanted to do. And finally, you're like, now is the time. You're somebody who likes to entertain. I understand what that's like. Yes, I do have people in my home, just not always Matt Bear. But you could very well be welcome, and you'd like to see a beautiful kitchen. Booer can make that happen. BOOHER, BooerRemodeling.com. Less expensive to remodel than to move, and you get that return on your investment, not only increasing the value of your home, but increasing the value of your life. A kitchen you can work in, a kitchen that can handle a family, that has the storage, that has the countertop space, that shows off what it is you want to show off. Talk to Booer today. For over 2 decades, taking care of Central Indiana. Let them take care of you. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Booer Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Booer. BOOHER. BooerRemodeling.com. Pete Buttigieg is the smarmiest dude possible. The former mayor of South Bend, the former Secretary of Transportation. I've said it. I've meant it. I do not apologize for it at all. I mean, it's just time to notice. It is time to notice that he is just terrible. He, proving himself untrustworthy and power hungry, now saying that Joe Biden should not have run for re-election.
You were in the president's cabinet, of course. Do you believe it was recklessness for President Biden's inner circle not to intervene sooner?
He should not have run. And if he had made that decision sooner, we might have been better off. But it literally was his decision. Nobody else was able to make that decision. And now in front of us, we're confronted with the decisions that come next, whether that's inside of a political party or movement, or as we're all weighing right now, in our own lives as Americans, as a country. And that's where we've got to focus.
I will say to you, what a coward Pete Buttigieg is. You knew that he wasn't up to the task. You knew he couldn't do the job. You knew that he was incapable, and you said nothing because you didn't want to be a guy who steps out of line, because you wanted to run for president, because you're power hungry and you don't care about the country at all. When I say smarmy, I mean smarmy. He is what he is, what he is. And by the way, the beard looks terrible on you. I'm just saying that as a matter of, he's a youthful looking dude. He's a younger guy. The beard just doesn't work. I mean, you could try it, but it's just, it just does not connect. Not at all. He's there. He's with Kristen Welker, and nope, the mustache is way too thick. It's not trimmed up enough. All right, that's a personal thing, right? I think for me, the beard works better than the goatee. I don't think the goatee ever really worked, although I could go back to it. I don't think this works for him. I don't think this is a presentation that really hits. Why am I talking about that? The story here is that he knew that Joe Biden wasn't capable, and he said nothing because his political career and power meant more than anything. That's not the kind of guy you trust. That's why I brought the beard, because it's like he's hiding something. Like he hid from the American people that Joe Biden couldn't do the job. And supporting Pete Buttigieg? The only person left supporting Pete Buttigieg is Adam Wren. That is it. Good Lord. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
5-minute delay on inbound 69, 106th Street to 465. Northwest side, northbound 465, slow off 86th Street up to 865. And south side, northbound 65, slow before Raymond up to the south split. That's a construction zone. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior designer. Visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show this afternoon. We recap the biggest stories of the weekend. Guy Relford joins us, and WWE superstar Drew McIntyre. 93 WIBC.
Guys, Hammer and Nigel here. This fall sports season, it's game on at Synergen X and Low T Center, the MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. Ready to tackle low energy and achieve your health goals like a pro? They've got the winning game plan with personalized TRT. Book a free consultation and automatically enter for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia or tickets to major sporting events.
Get fit like an MVP at Synergen X and Low T Center. Book that free TRT consultation and you will automatically be entered for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia, tickets to your favorite local sporting events. Winners are selected every week. Female patients, you're eligible too. Book right now at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com. Book a free TRT consultation and be an MVP where your health is concerned, and you might be a winner. trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Pros trust Milwaukee Power Tools, which is why Quality Supply and Tool is one of the largest Milwaukee dealers in the country. And right now at Quality Supply and Tool, buy a select M18 fuel grinder, bare tool, and get your choice of the Red Lithium XC8 battery kit, 3/8-inch mid-torque impact wrench, or 4.5 to 5-inch variable speed grinder free. That's a $279 value. Or buy a select M18 4 or 6-piece combo kit and choose 2 select M18 tools free. Only until November 2nd while supplies last. In Lafayette, Bloomington, Jeffersonville, and Indy, Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box. Store.
As our loved ones age, ensuring their safety at home becomes a top priority. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. I'll be right back with some practical things you can do to reduce the possibility of a fall or injury.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Removing tripping hazards such as rugs and floor clutter is one way to prevent or minimize falls around the home. Another is to position grab bars in the restroom and other common areas where your loved one may need some extra support. Contact your local area agency on aging to inquire about low-cost or free installation services. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access the library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
The Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show.
September 19th through 21st at Grand Park.
Shop, compare, and save with over 200 trusted experts.
Tickets are $7 at suburbanindieshows.com.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Heat and cool your man cave, attic, garage, or bonus room without adding ductwork with Mitsubishi Electric ductless mini splits.
To find out more, just go to absolutecomfort.org.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Vigils and murder investigations. Nothing on radar. 63 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 89. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and this report is brought to you by Michaelis Corporation. Here's what's trending at 7:31. Republican lawmakers and members of the Trump administration were at the Kennedy Center last night to honor author, podcaster, activist, husband, and father Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk supporters gathered at the Kennedy Center to honor his memory. This was a public vigil, and thousands of people attended. There were several Republican members of Congress and Trump administration officials. Some of them included White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, DNI Tulsi Gabbard, HHS Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr., and House Speaker Mike Johnson. They say the best way to pay tribute to Kirk is by continuing the work he started. A memorial service for Kirk is set for September 21st at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. President Trump says he does plan on attending.
Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting from Washington. Tyler Robinson, the man who police say killed Kirk, has been refusing to cooperate with law enforcement, but his partner is answering questions.
FBI sources tell Fox the romantic partner was shocked when they found out about the shooting and shared private messages with investigators that helped them zero in on the alleged assassin. That relationship is something investigators are now looking into, though, as they try to figure out a motive. And while the romantic partner is cooperating and is not currently facing any charges, one of their relatives tells Fox Digital he hates conservatives and Christians. He hated us. He was not raised that way, but he over the years has become really detached and been radicalized. Tyler, the alleged shooter, got a whole lot worse in the year they have been dating.
That's Fox's Garrett Tenney reporting from the Utah County Jail. President Trump is making his second state visit to the UK this week. The president and First Lady Melania will arrive in the UK on Tuesday. Indiana State Police are now looking into an officer-involved shooting in Allen County. Jarrett Lewis has that story.
It started with an Allen County deputy pulling up on a vehicle parked in a suspicious spot. As the deputy approached the vehicle, they said the driver was armed with a gun, so backup was called. State troopers, Fort Wayne officers, and more deputies responded. According to Indiana State Police, the driver at one point got out of their car and made an aggressive move. That's when shots were fired and that person was killed. State Police are now investigating the incident. They say a Fort Wayne officer was also injured in the shooting and now trying to recover. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices across Indiana up slightly this morning to $3.15 a gallon for regular unleaded. That's down 2 cents from last week, but up 14 cents from last month. It's also below the national average. Cheapest gas in the state in Chesterfield at $2.65. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Daniel Jones threw for 316 yards Sunday and Jonathan Taylor ran for 165. His Indy edged the Denver Broncos 29-28 on a walk-off field goal to start the season 2-0.
It's just about that focus, that emphasis each and every single week, and understanding that we're on a mission. And for us to be able to play for one another, offense, defense, special teams, playing that complementary ball, that's how we're going to win games.
Safety Cam Bynum had a critical interception in the fourth quarter that halted a Denver drive.
He got the quarterback off the mark. He was scrambling, and I was able to get the overthrow. It's a team effort. The fact that he was able to go out there and get a rush to make it a tough throw, and I was able to come down with it.
And Indy plays the Tennessee Titans Sunday at 1. Sunday in the WNBA playoffs.
Final score in Game 1, Atlanta 80, Indiana 68. And there's best of 3 series. Game 2 coming up Tuesday night at Cambridge Fieldhouse at 7:30.
Sean Nolan on the Indiana Fever Radio Network. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Ryan. Northbound 65 south side slow from Edgewood Avenue to 465. Again, after Keystone Avenue, that's when we hit the brakes into the south split. That's all construction. Inbound 69 is delayed 7 minutes, 106th Street to 465. Northwest side, northbound 465, slow 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior designer. Visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
60 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen. Where friendly
Today on the Marketplace, this is a bit of Hoosier history. This is legit, right? I think it's legit. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head, gearing up for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Odd stuff, strange stuff, weird stuff, all sorts of stuff is there on the Marketplace. The whole Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. And yes, it is yours. And yes, it is waiting for you. Yes, the Attorney General has it. And it can be yours. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Live stream is happening over there on the YouTubes, WIBC. Having a whole conversation in the chat room about redistricting. Tony, I thought you were against redistricting. No, was never against redistricting. Did ask in the beginning, why are we having this conversation in Indiana? Is this something we need? We've got 7 of 9 districts. Do we need to be the people who redistrict? That question I asked. You have 7 of 9. What do you think you're going to get? The more I've looked at the conversation, and I've discussed this quite clearly, redistrict. It's a political process. Call a special session, see if you want to do it. This has been my take. But when it first came up in Texas, they're like, is this something we want here? Which is why I favor the special session. Let's find out what it is we favor. Me, after putting some thought to it, I favor it. Over there on the Facebook was something very interesting, Matt Bear. Very interesting indeed. Authentic, not fake, it says. And you know how much I believe in authentic and not fake.
Yeah, you gotta be real, man. You got to be real.
I'm going to read this to you. This is the description before I tell you what it is. Coach Lee Corso led the Indiana Hoosiers to the school's first ever bowl win in 1979. You're applauding the Holiday Bowl, right?
Yeah, 1979, Lee Corso, baby. He's the man.
Mr. Bob Hamill was gifted this ring from the team. We're talking about sports writer, Bloomington Herald-Times. Covered IU sports, covered the team, did a lot of work in the writing of this whole story. Passed away. I think he passed away last month, right? I think that's the story there. Well, this is, according to the Post, Bob Hamill's championship ring from the Holiday Bowl.
Oh, wow.
authentic.
They beat BYU in the Holiday Bowl, and BYU was undefeated, 79, correct. And that's why this is really a big deal, and Bob Hamill. So if I am an IU fan, I want this ring for myself in my collection.
It's got Bob Hamill's name engraved in it. It's got Hamill's name on the side of it. I purchased this ring from the estate auction of Bob Hamill, who covered the Hoosiers as a sports editor of the Bloomington Herald-Times. They're asking $1,500 for the ring.
See, normally I'd be like, that's way too much, but I don't know the value of a ring like this. And again, it's the value is how much the buyer's willing to pay. And the IU collector might look at this and say $1,500. Yeah, this is totally worth it, and it is rare enough to put in my collection. So I don't know. For me, $1,500 is way too much for some sort of bull ring. But for somebody else, the biggest IU fan in the world might be like, yeah, this is cool. I'll spend the money.
Well, I'll tell you, I made my donations this weekend. I was there with Premier Arms as they were raising money. Their 24th anniversary, raising money for the VFW, raised over $20,000. Did Premier Arms, and there were some live auctions, and I may have spent non-radio money. I may have gone a little overboard because what I needed was one more watch.
Did you spend 3 digits?
Well, times X, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You said radio money, so I was like, wow. Yeah.
Yes, I did. I picked up another Von Riest, and RIESTE, vonreest.com. I'll show it off later. It's not the one that I'm wearing right now. It's fantastic. But this is very interesting to me. Is this the kind of thing that is in your personal collection? Is this the kind of thing you donate back to IU? Is this the kind of thing you show off? Can someone explain to me what I'm looking at here? Because I was willing to do this with the Bible, and then it sold. Remember, I was going to purchase that Bible, and I was going to like, who needs it? Church was like, I'll take it, and it sold.
Donate it to the Gideons.
I would donate this back somewhere if it was going to be on display because it's very cool.
Here's what you do: you buy the ring if you can, and then you auction it off for charity. You know, maybe give to whatever your favorite cause is. But because somebody would love to have this. I mean, there's IU all over Indianapolis, all over the donuts. So if you can do some good out of it, that's what I would plan on doing. It's a cool ring, man. It's really cool.
But I guess the question in this is like, I don't know Bob Hamill. Right. I reached out to John Herrick to see what he would think of it. Our news director, of course, does a lot of with voicing of IU sports. Would the Hamill family want it back?
That's a great question.
So now I'm very curious as to what to do with this. But it's cool. It is a very, very cool piece. I have it listed over there on the Twitter X at Tony Katz. You should check that out for yourself. See it for yourself. Maybe you're a buyer. Maybe it's for you.
By the way, if you click on the link, you get a man dressed as a toilet, just so you know.
Did I send the wrong one? Because that's a great one. I said that to my kid.
Yeah, he's got his own orange bucket that you put the candy. It could also be an enema bucket if you wanted.
There is a Halloween costume where your kid could go a skibbity toilet.
Yeah, I would pay $1,500 for the costume easily. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that wasn't the thing I was going to say. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Don't be embarrassed.
It's hilarious.
2 items on the marketplace. The kid's gone mad.
I'll get it done. I'll get it fixed. Trust me on this. Keep it here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Your next roof is Moss Roofing. That's the call to make sure you do not have leaks, to make sure you do not have issues that are going to turn into very, very costly repairs. Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com. They are your roofing professionals. You need to talk to them today. You need to find out how it is that you can have a roof that works for you and your family. And you're like, Tony, a roof that works for me and my family? Yeah. You don't want a roof that's leaking. You don't want a roof that's going to cost you so much money that you're going to end up spending on it and not spending on, I don't know, your family itself, on the things that your family needs. If you take care of the problem now, you won't have to take care of the problem when it becomes a massive, massive issue. Talk to Moss Roofing today. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
I fixed the link over there at Twitter X, so you can actually get the listing for the ring. The toilet thing's very funny. Matt Bear has got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
Southside stall eastbound 465 at 31, partially blocking the exit ramp 2. 31 east, okay, so it is going to be slow. It is going to be open. Northbound 65 south side delayed 6 minutes from Keystone to the south split. That's construction. Inbound 70 slower. The flyover ramp to northbound 65. We're back up to speed around Meridian. Inbound 69 delayed 9 minutes. 116th Street to 465. Northwest side northbound 465 slow from 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
Why do so many foundation, basement, and crawl space companies ask for half your money up front? Could it be because that's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they believe trust is earned, not demanded. That's why they do things differently. They start with a free inspection, no strings attached, to give you an honest assessment of what your home needs. No pressure, no surprises. When it's time for the work, they don't ask for a deposit or any upfront payment. Not a single dollar until the job is complete and you're 100% satisfied. That's how they've been earning trust for over 39 years. Whether it's sagging floors, moisture control, concrete repair, or a full crawl space encapsulation, you can count on Michaelis for repairs that last. Don't trust just anyone with your home. Choose the company that puts your trust first. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY today. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. The Michaelis Corporation, building trust beneath your feet.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Jerry.
When we first started looking for different options, we went to the internet. Really, we did choose Galaxy, and definitely happy that we did. We first had our front porch and our pool deck done. Decided we loved it so much, we had them out about 10, 11 months later to finish up and do our back porch.
Commercial or residential, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
The crews at Galaxy were great. They actually cared about my property, very punctual, knowledgeable, and just a great group of workers.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings works for any area like patios, garage floors, driveways, and around pools.
I'm 100% satisfied. It's not slippery and it's not hot. I was very impressed with the product. It's amazing that I don't burn my feet and my 6-year-old doesn't fall.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook, GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com. We are out of this world.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
Head online to the contest page at WIBC.com and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra Thursday, December 4th at Cambridge Fieldhouse.
So our very own Indy Spanglish is now getting death threats. Is that what I'm hearing? He put it out on social media. I don't mind talking about it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. I asked producer Carl, like, he's getting death threats? What in the world is that? I've been doing this a long time. I rarely get death threats. What about me? And Carl's right. Spanglish has been calling out a lot of people who've been cheering the death of Charlie Kirk, like this member of the staff over there at IU Indianapolis, saying karma can be a bitch. Sorry, kids. I didn't know if you're going to school. That's what he said. I was just quoting. If you want to argue free speech and, I thought you were in favor of free speech. I thought you opposed cancel culture. I absolutely, positively do. I don't think that people should be fired. I don't think people's careers should be destroyed. I do think we should be aware of what people are saying, and I think other people can make you aware of what they're saying. What happens next is out of my hands. To quote Nancy Pelosi, people will do what they do. Businesses are being burned to the ground. Well, people are going to do what they do. Donald Trump incited all this violence. Charlie Kirk is assassinated? Well, you can't really hold that against anybody. My gosh, we see you. And we're disgusted. We're disgusted with you. We are. And it's okay. It is okay to be disgusted with these people. It is okay to look at them and say they not like us. It is okay to say they can never win an election again. That is where I want to discuss things from. Do I believe you have to protect yourself? Do I believe you have to defend yourself? Do I believe you have to buy guns, buy ammo, and get trained? Yes, I do. Would any gun have stopped the murderer, the assassin of Charlie Kirk? No. You are in no way 100% safe, but no one is. And that is not only true of the person on the political right or the average person who might disagree with somebody on the political left. That's also of the person who claims to have different pronouns. You're not safe from hearing, sorry, I'm going to call you he. I'm triggered. It's an unsafe environment. No, it was an unsafe environment for Charlie Kirk. You just didn't like being called sir, you with the beard. There's a difference. Grow up. Handle it. Handle murder, handle assassination, handle knowing that everybody who works at this station is under threat. Everyone? Well, sure, I'm going to handle it. I'm going to discuss it honestly and apologize for nothing. It was good this weekend to be part of the Hoosier Leadership for America Summit that Senator Jim Banks put together. I was not paid to attend. I spoke at the event. It was an interesting group, influenced by a whole series of things, more so than I ever thought, less so in some cases that I wanted. But there was a conversation about the very concepts of leadership. And I was tasked with discussing media and the idea of leadership, and how I am a true believer in the idea that you are not listening to this show or anything I do or anybody else does so you can be told what to think. Rather, as I believe is the job of the show, it's to give you something to think about. My faith in you to come up with your own mind, with your own thoughts is, well, massive. And sometimes when we disagree, it says to me I'm not doing a good enough job of persuading or convincing. And that means just I have to work harder. Challenge accepted. I'm totally in. But there was a conversation that started that I didn't really get to dig into. And I've said this before about your children. I am no longer of the mind that, listen, your kids may disagree with you. They're in college. You want to work with them. You want to talk to them. You want to keep them. I understand this. No, I want you to be very direct with your children. We're going to start digging into this. Sometimes they're wrong, even at 20, and you should say so. And you should ask yourself why you're footing the bill for a university that so indoctrinates them into such absolutely horrific thoughts. Why are you doing this? Because you love your kid? I put forth to you that no, you don't. We're going to break this subject open wide today on Tony Katz Today. I hope you're there. Matt Bear has traffic.
Southside stall, eastbound 465 to 31. The ramp is open. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior designer. Visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B? Yeah, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
Looking for a cozy spot to relax, work, or grab your coffee to go? LC Coffee House in Noblesville, Indiana has you covered. Try our indulgent affogato, a sweet blend of espresso and ice cream. Or sample our coffee flights to discover your perfect brew. In a rush, our drive-thru is ready to serve you fast and fresh. Need a space to collaborate? We offer meeting rooms perfect for co-working. Whether you're grabbing a quick drink or spending the day with us, LC Coffee House is the place to be.
It's football season. The air is crisp, the stakes are high, and every winning team has one thing in common: a solid game plan. The same goes for retirement. You need a clear strategy, smart play calling, and a team who knows the field. At Howard Bailey Financial, we help you prepare for the long game, anticipating challenges, protecting your lead, and calling the right plays when it matters most. Because, let's face it, retirement isn't a pickup game. It's the championship round, and you don't want to wing it. Get off the sidelines and into the huddle. Text PLAY to 888-494-5004 to download your free retirement toolkit. That's PLAY to 888-494-5004. Howard Bailey Financial, because every great retirement deserves a game-winning drive. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. See disclosures at howardbailey.com.
With 11 locations, Tech Credit Union's Chief Information Officer, Zach Hohulin, relies heavily on applied innovation and Arctic Wolf, an AI-driven cybersecurity platform.
We've been so impressed with that platform that Applied recommended that we now have gone back repeatedly to Applied.
Being a financial institution, Applied Innovation plays a critical role protecting your members.
It's almost a new Cold War, right? You have to have cybersecurity insurance, and you have to start partnering with organizations that will step in and help you manage that.
And having Applied Innovation as your cybersecurity partner?
It makes me a lot less anxious because I'm able to sit back and know that we're in good hands and not have to worry about it. I get to sleep at night.
Don't risk your data being hacked or exposed to ransomware threats. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com. And sleep better knowing your network's secure.
Do you suffer from sore feet, back, knee, or hip pain? The Good Feet Arch Support System has helped many people find relief, like Tim.
I'm always telling my colleagues who have sore feet, this is the greatest thing. I'll even take my shoe off and show them. And I believe in the product so much. When you have something that works, you kind of want to share it with people. It worked for me, maybe it can work for you.
Or do you wake up at night with heel pain like Crystal?
I would wake up in the middle of the night with all kinds of pain in my heels and in my arch. So I went to the Good Feet store. And ever since then, I've been pain-free. I wear them every day. I wear them when I walk, at the gym, when I work. They're great.
Get back to walking, working, and exercising, and imagine a life without pain. No shots, no surgery, no medication. You've got nothing to lose but your pain. Stop into the Good Feet store today for a free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood, just off the 65.
Thanks to the Good Feet store. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, what state leaders are saying about negative social media posts celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination, what people said at a vigil at IU Bloomington for Charlie Kirk last night, and what the Indianapolis Colts are saying after their game with the Denver Broncos after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis on a Monday morning. It's 8 o'clock.
They have DNA evidence. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The day before suspect in Charlie Kirk's assassination makes a court appearance, FBI Director Kash Patel just told Fox.
We have the DNA on the screwdriver that was found on the rooftop and the towel that the firearm was wrapped in.
And Patel says that matches Tyler Robinson, who remains jailed days after Kirk, a conservative activist, was murdered addressing a crowd at Utah Valley University. Patel also tells Fox the suspect did write a note before the shooting.
And we have evidence to show what was in that note, which is, and I'm going to summarize, basically saying, the suspect wrote a note saying, I have the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it.
There have been vigils across the country, including a big one last night. Fox's Mark Meredith is at the White House.
The president will be heading out to Arizona over the weekend to attend the memorial service. And as you mentioned, last night here in Washington at the Kennedy Center, we saw this moving memorial for Charlie Kirk as top staffers also paid their respects.
I would not be in this position if not for the heroic efforts of Charlie Kirk, who turned the political tide among young people in this country.
That's White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's in Israel. Just had talks with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and again calls for the need to disarm Hamas.
Every single hostage, both living and deceased, needs to be home immediately.
Rubio is also urging Qatar to continue helping negotiate a ceasefire in Gaza after last week's Israeli airstrike targeting Hamas in Qatar, angering that country's leaders. They honored TV's best shows last night at the Emmys on CBS, and the studio won big. Outstanding comedy among the 13 awards the Apple show won last night and last weekend. Seth Rogen, the show's creator, won Best Actor.
If you watched our show, if you appreciated our show, if you voted for our show especially, thank you very much. I'm legitimately embarrassed by how happy this makes me.
The Emmy for Outstanding TV Drama went to The Pit. Adolescents got Best Limited Series. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Hoosiers remember Charlie Kirk. Nothing on radar. 63 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 89 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. Turning Point USA at Indiana University hosted a vigil last night at the Indiana Memorial Union to honor co-founder Charlie Kirk days after he was assassinated during a campus event in Utah.
Just hearing him be so proud of who he is and so proud of everything in faith really helped me get a closer relationship to God.
That student talking to Wish TV, U.S. Senator Todd Young also spoke to Wish, and he urged an end to political violence.
A resolve to do what Charlie Kirk did, which is to take a chance and expose yourself to all sorts of questions about your own views and listen to others who don't share your perspective.
And Kirk's funeral is this weekend in Arizona. It will be Sunday. State agencies are checking social media posts following the assassination of Kirk. Jared Lewis has the story.
The Indiana Department of Child Services says one of their employees is no longer with the agency after they made a comment about Kirk being fatally shot at his event in Utah Wednesday. Multiple sources, including Indiana Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith, confirmed that staff attorney Holly DeNeve was fired for what she said in a Facebook post that the department said was made in poor taste. At Ball State University, 2 employees are under fire for their insensitive comments. The university said it will determine whether any disciplinary action will be taken. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices across the state up a little bit, $3.17 a gallon for regular unleaded in Indianapolis, says AAA. The Indianapolis Colts are 2-0 for the first time since 2009 after beating the Denver Broncos on a walk-off field goal Sunday, 29-28.
Obviously, we had a lot of penalties in that game that we got to eliminate that could have hurt us, obviously, there. So we got to get that cleaned up. That'll be addressed tomorrow in the team meeting. But, yeah, we got to stay disciplined.
Quarterback Daniel Jones threw for 316 yards, and Jonathan Taylor carried the ball 25 times for 165 yards. It's on to Tennessee to play the Titans on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Temperatures across Indiana may reach 90 degrees or higher this week. Mike Ryan at the National Weather Service.
The heat indices won't be quite as high, even though it's going to be hot, and that'll make things feel a little bit better. Still, it's going to be quite warm for mid-September, though.
And he says temperatures are expected to ease into the mid-80s by Friday with highs near 80 on Saturday. I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level on the go and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Look at a 10-minute delay inbound 69, 116th Street, 2465. South side delayed 5 minutes. Northbound 65, Keystone Avenue into the south split. Stall on the exit ramp from eastbound 465, 231. This is on the south side, eastbound 231. That ramp is open, partially blocked. Also on the south side, northbound 65 slow, Edgewood to 465. And again, from Keystone Avenue up to the south split. Crash south side, stop 11 Road west of Sherman. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples Easy button is back with even more easy present for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's happening?
Hey, good morning. We've got lots of sunshine out there for you today. Temperatures will be climbing into the mid and upper 80s. We'll fall to 61 degrees tonight under mostly clear skies. Another warm one on your Tuesday, mostly sunny. Not picking up any rain for the next several days either, so it's going to be warm and dry. 87 Tuesday, we'll get up to 86 on Wednesday. Still mostly sunny skies. And even though those temperatures will be about anywhere from 8 to 10 degrees above normal, I don't think humidity values will be all that high as well. So overall, summer kind of surging here as fall officially begins on Monday of next week.
That's Tara Hastings of Wish TV. Thank you, Tara. 61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:06.
This hour powered by Absolute Comfort, your American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Ductless Mini Splits dealer.
The city is going to bail out a private development? Am I reading this right from the IBJ? I mean, we're going to be with Gary Dick in just a couple minutes, but walk me through this. I'll share with you the story. You tell me if I've got this right. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Mickey Shuey with the reporting. Indianapolis development officials are proposing an $18 million loan by the Metropolitan Development Commission will salvage the apartment conversion of the Gold Building. That's 151 North Delaware. That conversion expected to replace 400,000 square feet of office space with more than 350 apartments and nearly 8,000 square feet of ground floor retail. So you've had two groups, Gershman and CityMark, investing about $15 million into renovations. And sources telling the IBJ that the project has been a point of frustration for Hogsett, his administration, and others because of the faltered efforts to secure funding and because it has led to further delays for other components of the effort to reshape the city market north of the city-county building. Okay. Now, I'm not arguing against whether the city is happy or unhappy or trying to get this done so they can move on to the next thing. I don't have that data in front of me. And even though Joe Hogsett is a fool who abuses his own staff and allows abusers to be on his staff, I'll believe that this part of the reporting from Mickey Shuey is accurate. I would have no reason to think otherwise. That, hey, you said you'd have something done. We're waiting for this to be done to get the next thing done. You're not getting it done. Well, then we've got ourselves a larger scale problem. Here's the question. Why in the world would the city bail out anybody? The project failed. Tell them to sell it to somebody else. $18 million? Well, Tony, that's the cost of business. That's the way it works. No, it's not. That's the way cities may work, government may work, utilizing other people's money. I opposed the bailouts when they were coming for AIG. What in the world are we looking at here? An $18 million bailout? Now, are we talking about a loan? Are we talking about here you go, they're saying loan. Now the question is, who believes the loan will be paid back? This is the kind of stuff that makes people crazy. Because this is government giving government people a deal who are in the know that other people wouldn't get. Your small business will never get this deal. And thus I oppose it. And I am not happy with the city being so involved in construction projects. I said this about the Carmichael in Carmel. I said this about the hotel that Indianapolis is building in downtown. This is the city is in the real estate business. No thanks. Being a place that makes it easier to build, good. Reducing regulation, red tape, valuable. I'm all in for that. $18 million loans. Raise your hand if you think it's going to get paid back. Oh, look, everybody still has their hands on the wheel. Yeah. This is an interesting story. This is an interesting story. Exactly how often is this happening in Indianapolis? Exactly how many people are getting themselves a nice bit of city-provided cushion? Tony Katz, 93, WIBC, good morning.
Living with pain, arthritis, or constant inflammation is exhausting, and you don't have to settle for just managing it with addictive or dangerous drugs. Discover how to get lasting pain relief without drugs and join us for our free Holistic Integration Seminar, Root Cause Relief, Natural Solutions for Pain, Arthritis, and Inflammation, Wednesday, September 24th at 6:30 p.m. You'll hear from Dr. Robert Prather, host of the Voice of Health Radio.
You should always say, is there a natural way that I could probably work on this first without drugs and surgery? And it's very effective.
The Holistic Integration Free Seminar, Root Cause Relief, Natural Solutions for Pain, Arthritis, and Inflammation, featuring Dr. Robert Prather, Wednesday, September 24th at 6:30 p.m. Those who attend will receive 20% off our advanced X-ray imaging. Attend in person or on Zoom. Reserve your seat by calling 317-848-8048 or online at thevoiceofhealthradio.com.
You live in Indianapolis, and Indianapolis is number 2 among 2025's hottest real estate markets. Home values risen, holding strong. It's a great time to sell. Hire the team with proven systems to maximize your equity. Sell your home with Mark Dietel. Maybe with a growing family or working from home, you need more space. Mark Dietel, the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. No long-term contracts. Pick your move date. You can cancel at any time. Luke and Emma in Franklin said, we began building our new dream home and we needed to sell our old place at a great price to pay for it. Mark Dietel made it easy with multiple offers in the first weekend and closed in 25 days at the price we wanted. call the local Indianapolis agent. Trusted and recommended. The agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Talk to Mark Dietel today. 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, Dietel, markdietel.com.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B? Yeah, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
Traffic on the 5s. And Matt Bear, what do you know? What's going on?
Yeah, Tony, looking at southbound 65 at Meridian. That's a crash blocking 2 left lanes, and we are jammed up. Back to 29th Street for a 14-minute delay. Now northbound lanes of 65. A little bit of rubbernecking here, a little bit of rush hour traffic as we are slow entering the north split out to Meridian Street. There's a stall on the exit ramp. This is Soundside. Eastbound 465 to 31 ramp is open, partially blocked. Northbound 65 stop and go traffic after Keystone Avenue up to the south split because of construction. Crash Southside stop 11 Road west of Sherman. Crash downtown Illinois at 10th. Inbound 69 delayed 8 minutes. 106th Street 2465. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance. Insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs for protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and progressive.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
At Duke Energy, we're making Indiana's energy grid stronger and more resilient, ready for storms and growing energy demands. We're adding more power to the Indiana grid. We're using new innovations and smart technology to restore outages faster. And we're doing it all in cost-efficient ways to keep bills as low as possible while we serve you with reliable energy. Duke Energy, building a smarter energy future. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
There are national stories, there are local stories, and then there's the story of I-69, which, if you've been a Hoosier for any amount of time at all, you know the question is this thing done already? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Gary Dick joins us from InsideIndianaBusiness.com on the Twitter X at IIB is where you find him. So I ask you, Gary Dick, is this thing done?
It's getting closer. You're right. It has been talked about for many, many years, decades, finishing I-69, the I-69 extension through Indiana. And last week, the story came into focus more on a national level. The U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy was in Evansville last week, joining Governor Braun, Senator Todd Young, and others from Kentucky to talk about this Ohio River Crossing project, the biggest infrastructure project in southwest Indiana in memory at least, $1.4 billion bridge that will connect Evansville to Henderson, Kentucky. It's been 50 years in the making, this extension of I-69, and it's getting closer. Still have the approaches on each side, Indiana and Kentucky, being constructed now. Then they have to build the bridge. And right now, it's looking that it won't be until 2031, believe it or not, until traffic would be on that bridge. But apparently getting closer, a lot of attention on it.
2031 is apparently getting closer to you.
Not to me, but and actually, as part of the trip last week by those officials who visited Southwest Indiana, there's a $460 million grant that's on the table that the Indiana Department of Transportation wants to get. The hope is that Secretary Duffy's visit will help speed up that process and maybe get money into the project and speed up that timeline a bit. But there is a big business connection. Certainly the business community in Southwest India, I've talked to a number of them for a long time, very frustrated at how long it's taking to get this bridge built. You look at FedEx, obviously here in Indianapolis, and access to Memphis, their headquarters there, through air, obviously, but also on ground. A lot of companies, a lot of communities in that part of the state are banking on looking at economic development projects based on this being done. So the sooner it gets done, the better. We'll see where that plays out.
Talking to Gary Dick from InsideIndianaBusiness.com on the Twitter X at IIB. Let's talk data centers, because you've got the City County Council now opposing data centers. We're going to open these things up to the public. All of a sudden, data centers are public enemy number one. I think it was North Carolina saying no to a very large data center. I haven't made a determination yet on whether or not data centers are enemies. As you have reported, Indiana now has 72 of them, up 30% since March. What is, as you're hearing it, the real opposition to data centers, and what are you hearing about the future?
Yeah, and you mentioned some local opposition, big data center planned in Franklin Township, increasing opposition to that one on the City County Council. And there's a vote planned, I think it's a week from tonight, on that project and whether it will go forward or not. But the big concern, and the fact of the matter is, these data centers are happening, and they're going to happen. The question is where, what communities, what regions of the country are going to accept them and want them to be part of their community. Big concerns include resources, the amount of water it takes to cool and power, electricity to power these big data centers. They take a lot of energy. The environmental impact, a lot of concern about the incentives, increasingly so, that are being provided to these data centers to locate in communities around Indiana.
What are the incentives, Gary? What are the incentives you're hearing about?
Yeah, and typical tax abatement, those types of traditional incentives. But there was a law that was passed, I think it was in 2019. I can't remember the year, that the legislature passed legislation that would make it more attractive, that would increase the incentive, if you will, for big companies to locate data centers here, to make Indiana more competitive with states like Ohio and Virginia and some of these other states that have a lot of data centers. So it's more attractive to do business here. That's why the interest is here, which wasn't here before the law passed. But it is now. Google is looking here in Marion County. Also a big data center up in Fort Wayne they're building. Meta, the Facebook parent, building down in southeast Indiana. Amazon building a massive data center in northern Indiana. There are a number of others around the state. But increasingly, we're seeing this community resistance. Hancock County certainly is seeing that. Kosciuszko County the Warsaw area killed a data center project in that part of the state. Farmers concerned about the impact on the land and losing ag land in that part of the state. So we're seeing increasingly this battle between communities and big tech play out, and it's certainly not over. It may be just beginning.
Talking to Gary Dick from InsideIndianaBusiness.com on the Twitter X at IIB. I'm following this, and all of the arguments seem rather disjointed. if the argument is tax abatements, which is what it is we give as a state in order to bring this business in, the question is, what do we lose out on when we don't give it? What did we actually give up if we already get nothing? If it's a conversation about power, why has there not been a conversation about how these data centers provide their own power, something we could easily write in, or how they pay for power they're using, unless, of course, it takes power away from the rest of us? These things can be discussed. And if we're not going to take the data center, what are we taking in its stead? I find that the argument against the data center seems to be very much lacking in any level of cogent, rational response to it. We just don't want this business seems a bit awkward. Is there a competitive business, a different business that we're saying as a state we would rather have than the data center?
Well, I think if you look at some of the focus in Indiana here, to your point, Tony, you look at areas like microelectronics. We see the big SK Hynix investment in West Lafayette. Obviously, traditional industries like advanced manufacturing and those types of things. But really, and you kind of touched on it there with that commentary in terms of the pushback. Part of it is the NIMBYism, if you will, not in my backyard. That certainly is coming into play with these data centers. Also, the question of return on investment. For these big, the incentives that are being offered, are the jobs being created enough to make it worth a community's while? We see the state of Indiana Economic Development Corporation, paying $1.2 million, as we've reported, on a study on data centers specifically to answer some of those questions that you bring out. Some of those questions about the environmental impact, the energy usage, all those types of things, the jobs, and is it really worth it? So this is a hot button issue in the economic development world, and Indiana has become one of the key areas where it's playing out.
Gary Dick, InsideIndianaBusiness.com, on the Twitter X at IIB. I appreciate you sharing the updates. Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. What do you know, Matty Boo Boo?
Tony, looking at the northwest side crash, southbound 465 after 46 blocks. The left lane jams up traffic back to I-65 for a 2-minute delay. Inbound 65 crash at Meridian, blocking the left lane stop and go traffic back to the White River. And that's a delay right now of 12 minutes. Northbound 65 slows after Keystone into the south split, 5-minute delay. Inbound 69 slow traffic from 106th Street to 465, and that's a delay of 5 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design, or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Everyone knows that PA Jewelers in Brownsburg is the place to get one-of-a-kind jewelry pieces. Diamonds, gold, gemstones, watches, everything. But PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse is also the place to sell your jewelry, your watches, your coins, or bullion. PA Jewelers has the best prices and the best payouts. And they walk you through the process so you know what your pieces are worth and what you're getting. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg, or online at pajewelers.jewelry. That's pajewelers.jewelry.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Heat and cool with nearly geothermal efficiency in places you can't fit ductwork with Mitsubishi Electric Ductless Mini Splits.
Just go to absolutecomfort.org. That's absolutecomfort.org.
20 ribeyes for $35. That's 20 ribeyes for $35 at 2 locations in Indianapolis going on now. 20 ribeyes for only $35 at the corner of South Emerson and Thompson Road. Just look for the big truck. Also in the parking lot across the street from Perry Meridian 6th Grade Academy. Also on the big truck is cases of T-bones, fillets, New York strips, burgers, and a whole lot more. Big truck sale. Marinated chicken breasts too. Don't wait. Big steak bake sale at 2 different locations at the corner of South Emerson and Thompson Road. Also in the Hardee's parking lot on Meridian across from Perry Meridian 6th Grade Academy. 20 ribeyes for just $35. Don't wait. Everything must go. Big truck sale. That's 20 ribeyes for $35 at the corner of South Emerson and Thompson Road. Also in the Hardee's parking lot on Meridian across from Perry Meridian 6th Grade Academy. Get there before the truck is gone.
Fostech is American-made firearms made right here in Indiana. American craftsmanship meets cutting-edge innovation. Their lightweight AR-15s are incredible, and they don't sacrifice dependability or durability. Advanced machining capabilities create incredible products, and they are all designed, machined, assembled, and tested right here in Indiana. Fostech, owned by a family that has served and loved their country. Find a dealer near you or visit Fostech.com. That's F-O-S-T-E-C-H, Fostech.com. Use promo code WIBC for 10% off your order.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space. Schedule a free inspection with Indiana Foundation Service, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Truck drivers and owner-operators, there's never been a better time to team up at Schneider. We have more team-friendly loads than ever, including express delivery parcel freight that offers great miles with no delays to keep the wheels turning. Plus, for a limited time, company team drivers may be eligible for a sign-on bonus of up to $16,000. Owner-operator teams may qualify for a $10,000 incentive. Explore team driver positions at SchneiderJobs.com and search team contracting jobs at SchneiderOwnerOperators.com.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
The Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show.
September 19th through 21st at Grand Park.
Shop, compare, and save with over 200 trusted experts.
Tickets are $7 at suburbanindieshows.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The evidence that police say they have against the man who killed Charlie Kirk. Nothing on radar, 63 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 89. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 8:31.
The DNA hits from the towel that was wrapped around the firearm and the DNA on the screwdriver are positively processed for the suspect in custody.
That's FBI Director Kash Patel this morning on Fox News.
His family has collectively told investigators that he subscribed to left-wing ideology, and even more so in these last couple of years.
And Tyler Robinson is the man who police say killed Charlie Kirk last week at a debate in Utah. He faces accusations of aggravated murder among other felony charges. He's set to appear in court on Tuesday. The Trump administration has touted the federal takeover of Washington, D.C.'s police department as a success and now plans to do the same thing in Memphis.
President Trump has been touting the federal law enforcement surge in D.C. He says a similar operation would benefit other cities across the country despite pushback from local officials. Memphis Mayor Paul Young says he had talked to the state's governor last week, so he had been anticipating more federal resources like the FBI, DEA, and ATF. They had touched on the possibility of the National Guard coming too, but he did not know the final word until the president broke the news on Fox and Friends. Memphis has struggled with high crime rates and homicide numbers, but Young says crime has recently dropped.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting. An Indiana attorney is among those fired for making inappropriate comments about Charlie Kirk's death.
Holly Deneve is her name. She's a staff attorney who was fired by the Indiana Department of Child Services for what she posted to Facebook about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. The agency said her comments were made in poor taste. Ball State University says they're reviewing posts made by two of their employees that were amplified on social media that could get them fired. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita is encouraging Hoosiers to report any educators or administrators who made insensitive comments about Kirk's death, stating that they should be held accountable. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices across the Hoosier State this morning at $3.17 a gallon on the average, a little bit lower in Indianapolis. The cheapest gas is in Chesterfield, Indiana, where it's $2.65. CDC employees are getting back to work for the first time after a shooting at the agency. Health and Human Services advised the workers to return to the Atlanta-based office today. Everyone was sent home after somebody fired hundreds of bullets into the campus and killed a DeKalb County police officer in early August. The Federal Reserve looks likely to announce an interest rate cut this week as President Trump has been critical of Fed Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. And sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com on Sunday at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Sanchez to put it down. There's the snap. Kick is on its way. Headed for the uprights. And it is. A walk-off field goal. Spencer Schrader wins it for the Colts. Colts win 29-28.
Matt Taylor on the Ascension St. Vincent Radio Network called the finish as the Colts missed a 60-yard field goal, but a Denver penalty moved the ball 15 yards closer. The second try was good for a 29-28 win, putting head coach Shane Steichen's team at 2-0.
The offensive line gave Daniel protection. Obviously going for over 300 yards there. JT ran hard on the ground. Great performance. Some things to clean up.
And the Colts go on the road against the Tennessee Titans Sunday at 1. In the WNBA playoffs, the Atlanta Dream beat the Indiana Fever 80-68. They're down 1-0 in the best-of-3 series. Returns to Indianapolis on Tuesday night. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
You got it right. Inbound 65 crash at Meridian, blocking 2 left lanes, jamming up traffic back to the White River. 12-minute delay. Inbound 69 delayed 4 minutes, 106th Street to 465. Northwest side southbound 465, 8-minute delay from I-65 to West 46th Street because of an earlier traffic hazard. It's cleared. Inbound 69 slows 106 to 82nd at Northwest side northbound 465 stop and go traffic 86th Street up to 865. Crash downtown. This is Illinois at 11th. Also a crash south side stop 11 Road west of Sherman. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Is in multiple stages of what the heck about data centers. I am fascinated how this subject has taken hold and how it has people in a multiplicity of spots, and no one has. I'm not going after the chat room here. They've got a lot of information, but nobody has the concrete about how many jobs are created, about what it is we actually get out of it, and all of the issues. Are they as bad as they say? They can't be fixed, they can't be overcome, and still no one has said, we don't want data centers, we want X, because that's a better use of our time. That's a better use of our abilities. This whole data center story has simply exposed the incredible lack of leadership on the economic front that is coming from the state of Indiana. Something I will discuss with Governor Braun as he is scheduled on the show tomorrow at 7:15. Do not miss that. 61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:37.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. What's going on? Dow futures up 112. NASDAQ futures are up 51, and there could be reason for that. Right now, we've got oil prices $62.91 on the West Texas crude, $67.15 on the Brent crude, and the 10-year Treasury, which was heading down 4.045, ticking up just a touch. We keep an eye on that. Big story, Trump indicating, the story just breaking, that a TikTok deal has been reached. Saying on a Truth Social post, a big trade meeting in Europe between the United States of America and China has gone very well. It will be concluding shortly. A deal was also reached on a certain, quote unquote, company that young people in our country very much wanted to save. They will be very happy. I'll be speaking to President Xi on Friday. The relationship remains a very strong one. Signed, President DJT. That's Donald John Trump, for those of you playing the home game. If the United States owns part of TikTok, I'm going to lose my mind. We shouldn't own part of Intel. We shouldn't own part of TikTok. We should not be involved in Solyndra. How much do we have to learn before we say we don't do these things? Sorry, not interested, not conservative, not valuable. And I got involved in a whole conversation over the weekend at the Hoosier Leadership for America Summit about this idea of traditional conservatism. It was Kurt Schlichter. He wasn't so much arguing against, but rather saying we should question whether or not we need traditional conservatism. I took the position of there's no such thing. There's conservatism and everything else, and I discuss this now, is a bastardization. It's like people who talk about late-stage capitalism. What the heck? There's capitalism, and everything else is nonsense. It's nonsense. I don't want the U.S. owning companies. No, it is not correct. No, it is not accurate. No, it's not keeping America strong. It's not. I don't care who you are within the administration or what position you work for. It's not. It's ridiculous. We shouldn't be doing these things. The private sector can handle it, or these people can falter, and that's it. But if you want to change certain rules regarding those who can mess with the private sector, how other nations abuse us, well, that's a different argument. But we cannot have any conversation, any argument that states, well, we buy into some of these companies and prop them up and it's all right. Nope, no, oh no, oh hell no. The answer is no. Happy to discuss that. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Scrolling all day. Clickbait everywhere. But the facts, they're harder to find.
WIBC didn't just report the story. They explained why it matters.
I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level on the go.
I check the WIBC website every morning before I even open social media.
Online, on social, on air. Stay in the know while you're on the go.
You've got to stay in the know.
Stay informed. Now more than ever, we have information.
93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaimed their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Hey, it's Rob. And you know, fall can be the perfect season to tackle those home improvement projects before the weather turns cold. And if your windows are old, drafty, or just plain inefficient, now is the time to finally do something about it, because Universal Windows Direct has an incredible September offer. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. So whether you need 4 or 14, you only pay for half. And to make it even easier, you'll get 0% financing for 3 years. So no interest, no pressure. And here's a bonus you'll love. $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule now. So let's review. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. 0% financing for 3 years and $500 off your entire home improvement project. Some restrictions may apply, so to get all the information and schedule your free in-home estimate today, call 317-659-7574, 317-659-7574, or check them out on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
We got him.
93 WIBC.
The rifle was a Mauser 30-06. Inscriptions read, "Hey fascists."
Was full of hate and spreading hate.
Charlie Kirk, he didn't deserve this. Political violence is different than any other type of violence.
Another update.
Not granting a rate increase
is just minutes away,
but knocking your rates back.
Shot and critically injured a semi-truck driver.
We need to be talking about the hard issues.
He opened fire repeatedly.
93 WIBC Mobile News.
Guys, it's game on at Synergen X and Low T Center, your TRT MVPs.
Book a free TRT consultation and automatically enter for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia, tickets, and more. Female patients, you can win too. Book at trtmvp.com.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
Game day starts with the Colts Ultimate Tailgate. Join WIBC October 12th at 9:30 a.m. at the Slippery Noodle for drink specials, games, prizes, and all the pregame fun you can handle. Don't miss Indy's Game Day Kickoff Party. More details at WIBC.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Inbound 65 downtown, crash at Meridian, blocking the left lane. Stop and go traffic to the White River Bridge for a 10-minute delay. South side, northbound 65, stop and go after Keystone into the South Split for a 5-minute delay. Crash downtown Illinois at 11th. Crash east side, Washington Street at Arlington Avenue. Inbound 69 has cooled off a little bit, still slow after 106 to 82nd. Northbound 465, stop and go from 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Matt, squirrels are running on the roof of the studio.
What? Here?
No, here.
Lord, I got to go to the roof again.
Yeah. I can hear them.
Your house. I'm sorry. Okay.
There has to be a way to stop this.
I thought that was charming in Hamilton County. Squirrels on the roof.
I don't know. I was told there were no squirrels in Carmel at all. That they had a service, but they lied.
Who told you that?
Brainerd.
Of course, yes.
Brainerd. So that was clearly not true.
No,
now
unbelievable.
Look what I have to deal with.
Oh, fake news.
Yeah. No, squirrels are real.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we know.
So if you have an idea how to get rid of the squirrels on the roof, you just let me know. And if you say, Tony, I can camp out and I've got a BB gun, no, that's going to look really weird.
It's an idea.
61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:47. It hit me that I know what this is. But I could be wrong. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here is how we play our game. Producer Carl has picked the television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. Okay, I think the chat room may be right. Because I knew it was one of those kind of cop procedurals. At first, I'm like, is this the man from Uncle? But no, this is not the man from Uncle. This is the theme to Adam 12.
Wow.
Give the chat room the assist on there. I knew it was in that realm of thing, but the chat room had it. Well done. Well played. Dusty, Don, Fred, and Molly. Good work. Good work in there. We play this game. What the heck is that TV theme song? Every single Monday through Friday. Carl tries to stump us, and we say, "Not today, Satan." That's what we say about Carl. Some people think it's a bit harsh. Me, I think it's right on cue, right there. Interesting story about UBS. You're like, Tony, isn't that a bank? It is a bank. The headline from Newsmax is that they're thinking about coming to the United States. You're like, we already have UBS. No. The actual headquarters of the bank, UBS, is considering a move to the United States. And you're like, how in the world does a Swiss bank move here? They've got all the good banking rules. Well, they've got new capital requirements over there. They have met with the Trump administration to prepare a strategy shift that could include the acquisition of a U.S. bank or a merger. We want to continue to operate as a successful global bank based out of Switzerland. However, the Swiss proposals on capital requirements, as he calls them punitive and excessive, said the bank would need to rethink how it protects shareholders and stakeholder interests, although stakeholder is a nonsense term. It's definitely too early to jump on commenting on any potential scenario and what our responses will be. Interesting. The Swiss government said, hey, UBS took over Credit Suisse. There should be tougher controls, and they should have to hold $26 billion in core capital. And what UBS is saying is, come on. That's basically what it is that they're saying there. Interesting stuff. Also, allow me, to the people who want to scream cancel culture regarding all of those people who are being called out and losing their jobs, getting expelled from universities because they're cheering the death of Charlie Kirk and showing themselves to being really despicable people. I would say three things. First, I have not called on anybody to be fired. Secondly, I am not surprised that a company is completely rethinking their social media policy when they have employees cheering somebody's murder. It's pretty messed up. Carolina Panthers, MSNBC, NASDAQ, FEMA, they've all carried out disciplinary actions against people cheering the death of Charlie Kirk. The Secret Service, the same thing. Delta said employees who made social media posts about Kirk's murder, talking about Delta Airlines, were suspended, saying the post, quote, went well beyond healthy, respectful debate. Some people are going to say, I thought you believed in free speech. Oh, I absolutely do. I never said these people couldn't be the most disgusting human beings on planet Earth. I never once said they couldn't be the true embodiment of evil. I didn't say that Hannah Einbinder from the TV show Hacks couldn't say F ICE and Free Palestine while she's accepting an Emmy. F ICE. I mean, how hateful of America does one have to be? And the answer is Hannah Einbinder is pretty hateful. If she thinks we shouldn't have a rule of law and people here illegally and committing murders should stay. If she thinks that somehow the terrorists are worth supporting and not the people attacked by the terrorists, which includes the people who live in Gaza. But hey, some people are just terrible, which is why you don't let your children date someone like Hannah Einbinder, and you don't let your children marry somebody like Hannah Einbinder. I didn't say she couldn't say it. I said she deals with the consequences. We all deal with the consequences, boo-boo. Well, so you support cancel culture. I'm not saying anybody should be fired. These people, these businesses are. And if you don't want to shop those businesses anymore, don't fly Delta. It makes no difference to me. I don't think anybody should buy from a business that advertises on MSNBC. You think we should be buying from businesses that still advertise in the New York Times? The New York Times, which in one of their, whether it was an obituary or one of their early columns about Charlie Kirk, referred to him as an anti-Semite. Look what he said. And then they put out a correction the next day. Oh, no, he didn't say this. He was commenting on somebody else who said this. You didn't have that right, and you call yourself journalists? You did it on purpose. It's because at the New York Times, you're the lowest people. And Barry Weiss was right to leave you. You don't deserve love or attention. And President Trump has to state that the New York Times is no longer the paper of record. And I'm not quite sure how that changes, but they're not. They can't be the paper of record. That's over. You don't think businesses are paying attention to what's happening here? You don't think that businesses are going to note when their employees are cheering murder? Teachers cheering murder? Psychotics. You should be very aware when a teacher is cheering murder. You should be very aware when this is happening. So therefore, you can know when to pull your kid out of that school. Every time a teacher cheers a murder, 50,000 parents should pull their kids out of public schools. Starve them economically. They don't get any money. We'll figure out another way. We don't need you. You're not worth it, teachers union. Your teachers can't control themselves. They think they're too important. They think their personalities matter too much. They don't matter. The kids matter. A teacher cheers murder. 50,000 kids get pulled out of public schools across the country. They'll learn. Now, it doesn't mean they'll be good people, but certainly you can hope that they get the message just to stay quiet and teach. Nobody wants to hear about their personalities at all. Now, I'll get more into this on Tony Katz Today at noon. I'll catch you then. Matt Bear has traffic.